hey, Blake, tell me you didn't read Justin's lawsuit without telling me. Oh, okay, this is how you do it. Blake Lively's just going to deny, avoid, ignore. She's going to act like all the things that Justin pointed out that are very valid are just, abuser playbook tactics.
They say Hollywood is one big playground of secrets. And right now, we're hearing that allegedly Hugh Jackman just lit a match and exposed a scandal nobody saw coming. The gossip, he's calling out Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds for allegedly conspiring against Justin Baldoni behind the scenes. Yes, you heard that right. The charming duo we all see cracking jokes on social media might be orchestrating a full-blown character takedown.
She's a Me Too victim there. That's absurd. She seems like kind of a jerk. Wow, she's like kind of a bully. She's rather mean.
Does that sound absolutely outrageous? Because it should. Yet, rumors like these don't just pop up out of nowhere. They always come from somewhere. Some corner of Hollywood where hidden alliances, hush-hush phone calls, and personal vendettas rule.
Really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me. As if I'm Weasel.
Right.
You know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star. But you just, you do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie.
So he's riffing.
A lot. And he's a great improviser.
And how much of it made the cut?
A lot of it. A lot of it is what he's doing. I'm riffing. Also, the writers were so incredible. I just kind of listened and thought it was weird. And then I got off stage because then they finally were like, cut. And the whole crew was acting weird. And then I went up to Kate and I was like, that was weird, right? And she was like, of course it was weird. It was insane. It was insane. What the was he doing?
Let's start with the obvious question. Why would Lively and Reynolds, two of Hollywood's most adored faces, want to torpedo Justin Baldoni's career? Word on the street is that behind those bright smiles and comedic banter lies a deep desire to corner the market on heartfelt dramas and feel-good productions. Baldoni, best known for his role on Jane the Virgin and his work producing emotional, uplifting projects, is seen as direct competition in that lane.
That she became uncomfortable with Justin Baldoni yesterday while she was filming. She states that Mr. Baldoni put his bare hands on her backside and said that he was trying to help her with her posture. Complainant immediately voiced her displeasure with being touched on an intimate part of her body, and Mr. Baldoni responded with, "It's fine. I'm totally hot for my wife," in a dismissive tone.
So, rumor has it, Lively and Reynolds may have pulled the ultimate power move. Allegedly, they used every connection in their contact list. Showrunners, casting directors, maybe even a few powerful streaming executives to ensure Baldoni wouldn't get traction in new projects. And Hugh Jackman, people say he's got a front row seat to the entire fiasco because he's been around Ryan for years, joking around, but also witnessing how Ryan allegedly handles people who threaten his territory. But that wasn't the whole story. Most fans see Ryan Reynolds as the wisecracking superhero and Blake Lively as the effortlessly witty style icon. But there's a darker side swirling around the rumor mill.
This text from Blake Lively is insane. If you knew me in person longer, you'd have a sense of how flirty and yummy the ball busting would play. It's my love language, spicy and playfully bold, never with teeth. What?
It's a crazy text.
What are you insinuating?
Critics claim they're masters of creating a squeaky clean public image that glosses over less flattering behaviors. Allegedly, phone calls were made to producers the moment Justin Baldoni showed interest in certain film roles. Insider whispers say the message was simple yet chilling. He's difficult to work with. You don't want him in your project. The comedic persona of Reynolds, always ready with a joke, could easily distract from any ill intent. And Lively's friendly sweetheart next door vibe, many people might not suspect her of orchestrating anything manipulative. That's exactly why folks find these allegations so unsettling. It's the perfect camouflage. Can you believe this? Because this is where it gets unbelievable. Where does Justin Baldoni fit in? He's the guy who worked his way up, focusing on authentic storytelling, especially narratives that touch on empathy and understanding. Gossip suggests that Baldoni inadvertently stepped on Lively and Reynolds' toes by producing or pursuing projects that threatened their brand of wholesome comedic drama. According to these rumors, there have been near meltdown moments, furious phone calls, heated meetings, and even close confidants telling Baldoni to get out while you still can. Some claim Lively allegedly used her connections at major studios to freeze out Baldoni's proposals, while Reynolds might have used his comedic clout to drop sly negative comments that made colleagues second-guess Baldoni's capabilities. And if you think that's all there is, hold on, because Hugh Jackman's about to bring the receipts. The real bombshell is how Hugh Jackman got entangled in all this. Known for his own easygoing, good guy persona, Jackman has long been seen chumming it up with Reynolds. Everyone's watched their comedic bromance on social media, but apparently, everything changed when Jackman noticed something fishy about how Baldoni kept losing roles that seemed tailor-made for him. It triggered a suspicion that Lively and Reynolds were allegedly doing more than just friendly ribbing. If the rumor is true, Jackman started collecting details, conversations, secondhand accounts, maybe even actual text messages, forming a list of all the times Reynolds and Lively had meddled in Baldoni's affairs. Are there transcripts? Supposedly? Are there emails? Possibly. We don't know for sure, but that's exactly what's fueling the speculation. Jackman might be building a dossier, deciding enough is enough, and exposing what he calls their manipulative power plays. Just when you think it can't get more chaotic, another twist pops up. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds aren't just any Hollywood couple. They've got ties with big names. Taylor Swift is famously close with Lively, Anna Kendrick has teamed up with them on multiple occasions, and top-tier directors seem to be in their pocket. The hush-hush rumor. These folks have silently taken sides, either ignoring Justin Baldoni or outright blacklisting him in quiet corners of the industry. Imagine trying to pitch a heartfelt film only to discover that half the people you approach give you polite smiles and meaningless excuses. That's apparently what Baldoni has been facing. The alleged behind-the-scenes phone calls from Lively and Reynolds. He's not the right fit. Let's go with someone else. And in a world where alliances matter more than talent, many are allegedly quick to follow the power couple's lead. But the drama doesn't stop there. It might look like a professional clash on the surface, like Lively and Reynolds just view Baldoni as an inconvenient rival in the feel-good genre they've practically trademarked. But the grapevine insists there's something more personal fueling this fire. We've heard whispers that Baldoni once declined a joint project the couple was heavily invested in, which could have been the spark that set their animosity ablaze. You can imagine the tension when someone slaps away the hand of Hollywood's most beloved duo. Rumor has it, from that point forward, Baldoni was the one name they made sure never broke into their circle again. But it's not just about a bruised ego over a lost collaboration. Some insiders claim Lively allegedly found Baldoni's approach to storytelling annoyingly authentic, almost as if he outshined her in Reynolds' carefully curated brand. And if there's one thing certain celebrities detest, it's being overshadowed. Picture a scenario where the power couple's comedic laced empire sees a new star emerging, an earnest do-gooder who can charm audiences without punchlines or behind-the-scenes theatrics. Suddenly, that star's a threat, not a colleague. 1. Rumor suggests that Lively and Reynolds even had a few testy back-and-forths with Baldoni about creative direction on a future project, which never saw the light of day. Why? Allegedly, they realized they couldn't control him or mold his image to fit theirs. After all, control in Hollywood often equals leverage, and if you refuse to play ball, you're tossed off the field. In that environment, it didn't take long for alleged sabotage tactics to start churning in the rumor mill. So, if these stories are true, this wasn't just a minor rivalry, it became a full-scale vendetta, a scorched earth campaign as some call it, where the couple lined up their influential pals like chess pieces. Their goal? Corner Baldoni until he had nowhere to run. Sounds like a plot twist from one of his heartfelt dramas, only with a way darker spin. And people wonder why some new faces never make it big in Hollywood, yet the real bombshell was just around the corner. Now we get to the part that could rip the polished facade right off the power couple, alleged leaked messages. According to frantic whispers, a handful of text exchanges and possibly entire email chains are floating around hinting that Lively and Reynolds directly strategized ways to undercut Baldoni. The details are murky, but there's talk of them telling certain showrunners and film producers to steer clear of him. Some of these so-called receipts are supposedly so explicit that if they ever see daylight, no amount of social media charm or comedic one-liners could salvage their public image. But it doesn't end there. There's talk of audio recordings. Yep, the kind of behind-closed-door stuff nobody wants made public. The rumor says Hugh Jackman either has them or knows exactly where to find them. Allegedly, in these recordings, you can hear raw anger exploding when someone even hints that Baldoni might still get a deal. The phrases, "he's finished" and "don't let him in" supposedly pop up, painting a stark picture of just how determined Lively and Reynolds may have been to keep Baldoni locked out of opportunities. Could it be smoke and mirrors? Possibly. Hollywood is no stranger to tall tales. But if even half of these allegations hold any truth, we might witness one of the biggest PR implosions in recent memory. The world loves Lively and Reynolds for their public banter, their witty tweets, their seemingly picture-perfect family life. Now imagine that entire sweet exterior cracking open to reveal a cunning underside driven by ego and power plays. It's the kind of moment that can wreck careers and leave fans questioning everything they thought they knew. If these messages are indeed in Jackman's hands, the fallout could be massive. Think apologies, denials, I was misunderstood statements, and a desperate scramble to bury the evidence. But once the rumor mill starts spinning with talk of real, tangible proof, it's like trying to hold back a tidal wave with a paper cup. Audiences will want to see the receipts, producers will demand clarity, and the tabloids, they'll have a field day. You can almost hear the meltdown coming, like a slow-motion crash you can't tear your eyes away from. In short, this is where the narrative shifts from he said, she said rumors to something that actually stings. And if that hidden audio hits the airwaves, Lively and Reynolds might be facing more than just rumors. They'd be staring down a stark, humiliating reckoning that no amount of witty Twitter comebacks could erase. At the end of the day, no matter how well connected you are, there's always a point where overreaching backfires. These rumors paint Lively and Reynolds as so confident in their strategy that they never expected pushback. Baldoni was seen as a small fish, but with Hugh Jackman's alleged involvement, the narrative changes. Suddenly, you've got a respected A-lister stepping up and saying, "I've seen enough." It might be the exact moment that topples the entire house of cards. If leaked details come to light, texts, voice messages, statements from producers, it could expose the duo as cunning puppet masters whose brand is built on illusions. Fans, friends, and maybe even the industry itself would have to reckon with the possibility that their beloved comedic duo is more ruthless than they ever let on. So here we are, stuck between the glittering illusions of Hollywood and a swirl of allegations that sound downright mind-blowing. Did Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds really use their influence to run Justin Baldoni off the playing field? Is Hugh Jackman truly collecting a list of receipts that will blow the doors off their spotless image? Or is this just another rumor in a town that thrives on drama and tall tales? In a place where everyone jockeys for power, it can be tough to know the truth. One thing's certain, these stories don't crop up without reason, and people don't whisper about sabotage without at least some smoky evidence. Whether or not everything is as shady as it seems, the mere suggestion that America's sweetheart couple might be orchestrating a behind-the-scenes takedown is enough to make everyone wonder just how real or staged Hollywood relationships truly are. And that's the kind of revelation that keeps you up at night, wondering, questioning, and waiting for the next bombshell to drop, allegedly.